everybody, and welcome to Geeks and Drinks. I'm Jason.
Jordan.
And since we've last talked with you guys, several things happened. One, you had 4th of July. People go around, shooting off
For you, the AX.
loads of explosives.
We're also in Southern California, where it's a hop and a skip away for people going south of the border.
Yeah, very true. Although I did have to laugh that because fireworks are illegal, say for the pro ones, in LA, especially in downtown LA. Did you see that? It was a video that went viral that there was a news chopper flying around downtown
Please
LA.
tell me it got shot down.
No, they just did shots of the city, and it was just non-stop
That sounds
fireworks going off. I was like, that sounds about right. That's all illegal. We celebrate the creation of the birth of this country by trying to blow up a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, July 4th is always about Anime Expo, so that was always fun. Actually, got a shirt this year and everything.
I'd say AX when it was like 112 degrees at least.
Yeah, I got to a high of 111 outside. It felt really packed at the con this year, and now I know why. Well, we actually had more people last year. Last year had 115,000 attendees. Mm-hmm. This year they capped it at 110,000 attendees. So we finally hit a cap that we can't really pass.
Cool.
But because it was so bloody hot outside, everybody was like trying to stay inside in the AC, so they crammed the hallways a lot more, which is why it felt insane. I mean, for me, it was fine because I was in
Here in Orange County, it got up to 114 on Friday.
Oof.
I can only imagine it was probably worse there.
God, I'm supposed to be going to Vegas this weekend too, where it is like 115, 114. Oh, it's been a while since I've had you. That's tasty. The drink we're having this week is
Regular tequila.
clear. It's not a usual scotch or anything. No, it's just a nice small bottle of Patron Silver.
You mean small?
The small bottle. My head's bigger, therefore it's a small bottle.
A gigantic head like I do.
Yeah, well, it happens. But we can dive into AX at another time. But let's just get into what we've watched recently for conversation starters. Let's talk about the 2 movies we saw in a back-to-back. That was fun.
Like we seem to keep doing now. It's like, fuck it, we'll just go see 2.
It's been so hot. It's like you might as well make a day out of it because it's a giant air-conditioned room. You might as well.
For Han Solo and Deadpool then.
Because we wanted to go see Solo, but we haven't seen Deadpool 2 yet, so we said, screw it, let's just go see it.
Oh, no, wait, no, you guys had seen that, I didn't.
Right.
And Dom wanted to go see it with us, and you're like, screw it, you guys, we'll go see it again.
Yeah, it was fun. But this time we saw Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and Antman and the Wasp. Which one do you want to start off with first?
Let's go Jurassic World, because that's going to be real quick.
Yeah, that's going to be real quick, because that was god-awful.
I enjoyed it. I know it was not a good movie. I would never claim it's a good movie.
Right.
But what the fuck did you expect? When they're like, yeah, what are your big selling points? We have Chris Pratt, and we're bringing back Jeff Goldblum. All right, cool.
For a single scene.
He was in 2.
The same scene
Beginning
split
and
in
end.
half, yeah.
2 different scenes.
All right, fine, whatever. It's dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But you have to admit, though, for a popcorn movie, man, there were some pretty traumatic scenes in there.
Anytime they're like, we're just going to start killing dinosaurs, like, oh, this is sad.
Yeah. Especially the last scene. The volcano on Isla Nublar was
No, that was in the end. That was
near the beginning.
Yeah, that was like maybe halfway through.
Yes. But they're on the boat, leaving.
And we're just going to slowly show a brontosaurus getting wrecked. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like...
Just a silhouette of smoke engulfing him and it going like, or her, whatever the fuck, on its hind legs, just going, no.
And then face and nothing. I'm like...
I was like, man, the kids my age who grew up with like Land Before Time, that probably brought back some shit where they're like, fuck.
Littlefoot, no.
His mom in the beginning.
Oh, yes, that's right. Didn't they make like 13 movies for that or something like that? It was some ridiculous number.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I stopped keeping track.
Yeah. I've only seen the first one.
I just know, I remember one day I was at Best Buy. This was years ago because I actually shopped at a Best Buy. And it was just like, oh yeah, Land Before Time 12? The shit? Like it was some ungodly number and I'm like, why?
And yet they're all probably still like the same, like...
Oh, they're all like direct to DVD. Like I don't even think they cared anymore.
At that point, really, can you? You're gonna look it up, aren't
I
you?
am.
All right, fine. But going back to Jurassic World for a quick moment, yeah, there were some traumatic moments, and then when they get on the mainland, like, oh, the people who were supposed to help, they were deceived, and now you have all the people trying to sell off the dinosaurs and make new ones, and the scientist that was from the first film is now like the evil guy who wants to make all these even worse things for whatever
13
reason.
of them.
Okay, I was right. There were 13 Land Before Time.
Or at least this is the max it's showing me for IMDb.
That's just stupid.
Oh no, I'm sorry, 14.
14. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
XIV, that's 14, no?
Yeah, that's 14.
That came out in 2016.
Holy crap! They're still making them semi-recently.
There's also
Who owns
Who
owns the license for this? Is this Universal or is this DreamWorks?
Oh.
Because whoever owns the license for this is really just milking it for all it's worth. They're grinding the bones into dust at this point.
I mean, I don't see a 15, and it's been 2 years.
Yet.
So there also appears to be a series of like spin-offs.
So there's more than 15 films.
The Brave Long Neck Scheme that came out in 2007. The Spooky Nighttime Adventure, 2007.
Wait, Land Before Time had a Halloween.
Dude, everything has a Halloween thing now. Through the Eyes of a Spike Tail. There's a lot of these, dude.
So you're talking like almost 30 films.
Dude,
for this.
it's still just.
It's still. Oh my god.
And it's not like these are just one-offs. Like there's the occasional video game, but those aren't numbered. But Jason, this is the beginning.
Oh my god.
Yep, still going at
It's
Ruins.
still just. Oh. Okay, enough of that. There's
Why?
way too many of those.
The Forbidden Friendship. Sounds like a porn movie I saw. Gross.
That's a thing. All right, but going back to Jurassic World. There's not
I
much.
forgot that's where we started. So that movie sucked so much, we got more enticed and excited talking about Land Before
about
Time
Land
sequels
Before Time.
than we did actual Jurassic Kingdom. That movie was garbage. I
really
feel like
was.
that's all we needed to
That's
say.
all we need to say. You don't need. I mean, if you want to see it, fine. Maybe wait till it comes out on streaming or Blu-ray if you really want to.
Oh, the entire time, because again, we laughed when we saw Jurassic World when the T-Rex showed up.
Yeah.
Because you and I keep giggling at each other, thinking back to Futurama. It wasn't guns or bombs that saved humanity. It was the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex. And the T-Rex did that twice in this movie.
Yes.
Literally, shit's going down, T-Rex shows up.
Chomp.
Rex,
Roars. Walk away.
Rex, whatever dinosaur is threatening like the humans, and then just is like, all right, I'm done, and just pieces out.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yep.
Once on the island and once on mainland or whatever. In the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. Which ends with, and I don't mind spoiling this, the bits at the end. So you had
I'll say Blue looking like he's about to go wreck a small track of houses in Las Vegas.
No, that was in Santa Barbara or something like that. It looked like.
It didn't really show.
Yeah,
It showed him running through the desert.
Yeah. And then you had pterodactyls flying over Las Vegas.
Yeah. Well, because you made the jokes like, that's it. Jurassic 9 is Las Vegas. Then sure enough, I'm like, yeah, that's Vegas. What? That's the Eiffel. Nope, that's Vegas.
That's Vegas. I was like, oh god, I was making a joke. They're really doing this. Okay.
I would love to see that happen.
Well, we'll see.
On to a much better movie.
Yes, Antman and the Wasp.
That movie was fantastic.
Yes,
I liked
it
it
was.
a lot more than the first one.
Well, I know we've gone over your issues with the first film itself, and I still have some issues about it. I would have loved to seen the original version of that film that Edgar Wright was working on.
Yeah, we both agree about that.
That would have been great. But I still enjoyed what we got with. But with this movie, I think it works so much more.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they toned down. Was it Lewis?
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Pena's character.
That was my big complaint about the first one.
That they just
They
focused on
overused
that
it.
too much.
I was like, oh, okay.
But the scenes that he was in this one actually worked.
Well, he only did his long tangent thing once. The rest of the movie was focused around Ant-Man.
Yes, and there was it was a small story. It wasn't the world's gonna end. They obviously
Set up for more or MCU stuff.
yes, which was at the end credits. They didn't say a single thing about Thanos or Infinity War or anything like that. Nothing like that was even mentioned or hinted at until the end credits scene. We'll let you guys watch
And even
that.
then, it wasn't really anything that big of a deal.
No.
It just kind of made you go, well, Infinity Wars came out a few months ago, and now
Where
we're
does
watching
this
Ant-Man
fit?
and Wasp. When did this happen in terms
Right.
of Infinity Wars? Like, why didn't we see Ant-Man in that? And then you see it's like, oh, he was dealing
Yeah.
with his own shit, and then what happens?
So I like how they were able to work that in there, but aside from that, this is a completely enclosed story.
For the
And
most
it was
part,
only
yeah.
basically, it only dealt with like 6 or 7 characters, so people, and within a small period of time. We're talking about 48 to 72 hours.
Well, yeah, it was a short time frame.
And I appreciate that.
I mean, in terms of other Marvel movies and it being a self-contained movie, obviously, if you never saw Civil War, you might be a little confused.
A bit, yes.
Because our buddy, we were talking about it, and he goes, "What was all that talk about Germany?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that. Like,
Yeah.
what happened in Germany? I'm like, well, dude, that was Civil War, remember?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, remember when Ant-Man showed up and, like, they made a Star Wars reference and they took him down? That's what they were referring to. That's, remember he got arrested?
Yeah, and Lawrence Fishburne's character talking to him like, I was Giant Man too. How big were you? How big were you? And
Yeah.
going back and forth.
I mean,
And it was like,
it was humorous without being forced.
yes. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The action was great. The fight scenes were fun. The dialogue was great. Like I said, even the scenes with Lewis and the other guys.
They got rid of Evangeline Lilly's bangs. I enjoyed that. Again, when they first showed that image of Wasp, I immediately felt like a girl. So I'm like, oh, honey, like, why do you have bangs? Every girl, I know every girl has that phase where it's like, I'm gonna try bangs, and then they regret it. And just like with the first one, it's like, you're an attractive female. Why?
Yeah.
And then in this one, they got rid of the bangs. I'm like, there we go. This is a step
That's
in
the
the
way
right
it
direction.
works. Yes.
You learned that your phase with bangs was not a good idea.
I did like the fact that they retconned a lot of stuff about Hank Pym's the character's history. Because if you read in the comics, he is not really a nice man. He is a bit much of a dick to pretty much everybody.
Well,
but this movie, the way they showcased
Kinda.
him and some of what he's working towards, I think gives him a little more credence to be a character that you could root for.
I've always felt that way about Hank Pym.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I remember I was one of the few people that was incredibly butthurt that he wasn't Ant-Man in Ant-Man 1. That they started with Scott Lang.
That's true, yeah. And of course, they had to go forth numerous times and do all their de-aging stuff, which is Marvel's, like,
Dude, those, but
creme de la creme.
That was the de-aging, like the scene in the very beginning where you see Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Douglas, like the young versions. Even I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, I couldn't even find the lines.
Like, you kids got good.
Yeah. They've gotten good every single time.
Yeah, progressively they've gotten better and better,
And
which works because, you know, Tom Cruise is in his fucking weird ways.
Now it's in his writer that he has to be digitally de-aged to where he's at right now. I'm like, you can only be running at full tilt for so long, which is also in his contract, by the way.
That's
Every
fine.
movie he does, he has to have a scene where he's running full tilt.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like, I know that's a thing where he does it in every single one of his movies. I didn't know that was...
It's part of his writing
I didn't
to
know
show
that was
that
part
he
of his
has
contract.
still a young, youthful, athletic composure.
I just assumed it was one of those things like Tarantino having a foot thing, or weird things where it's like, oh yeah,
No,
Will Smith saying, "Oh hell no,"
yeah,
or Shia LaBeouf going, "No, no, 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 no."
Mhm.
Like, I just assumed that was something that's like, oh, that's just his thing. I didn't know that was.
No, it became his thing, but now he's making sure that stays his thing moving forward.
Fair
If that
enough.
makes sense, yeah. So, with that
Not
being said,
creepy
though,
like Tarantino's foot thing. So
yeah, very true.
Don't
That
get
being,
that.
yeah, we're not going to talk
The
about
fuck
this
is
foot thing. We're
overrated.
not going to talk about the foot thing. But on a side note, though, I actually really do want to see the new Mission Impossible film. They've all been fun.
you make it seem like we're not.
Oh, we are totally going to see it. But there's always these people out there.
I mean, it's weird that, you know, it's not really weird, but I mean, come on. Jess is more excited than both of us combined for Mission Impossible.
This is very true. Yeah. It's one of those I hear Tom Cruise, and the first thing that pops in my head is,
Small light dies, and you're like, oh no, Mission Impossible new one. Cool.
yeah, it's like, what did he do now for Scientology? This cult, this guy, it's a new movie. Okay, I'll ignore that stuff for the next 2 hours.
I mean, come on. What after this one, what does he have? I mean, remember Top Gun 2? Miles Teller is playing Goose's son.
How is that going to... I don't want to think about that right now.
Really? I love Miles Teller.
I
just think
like
he
Miles
gets a
Teller,
bad
but I
rap.
don't know if he would be... Well, we'll see.
You're saying he can't play a fast-talking smartass?
I really don't.
With the exception of Fantastic Four, that's kind of all his movies.
Eh.
Which that's kind of what Goose was.
I think I'm more against this just because did this movie really need a sequel?
Yes.
No.
Yes, Val Kilmer needs the work. Okay. You know how much that man has fallen?
He needs to work to pay for the liposuction.
You know how much that man has fallen? Yeah. Eat a dick, sir. But, by the way, Jess, remember how we were excited and a little upset that we missed Val Kilmer doing his one-man show of Mark Twain? It's coming to the Bray Improv in August. With Val Kilmer as Mark Twain. Just letting you know. All right. Well, I'm letting you know that the show is happening. I only found out like 2 weeks ago.
So today I found out Val Kilmer does a one-man stage show.
What?
I don't think I've ever even heard of you guys talk about this before.
Yeah, no, it was a big deal because remember we were both like, what the hell Val Kilmer's been doing? And then I think you were the one that even sent us the article where it's like, in Long Beach, he had a stint of doing a one-man show where he played Mark Twain.
Did I send that? I don't know. I can't go now? All right. I can mock everyone. Yeah,
Not
yeah,
Kilmer.
yeah. Not Kilmer.
Have you not seen Real Genius? Have you not seen Top Secret?
Okay, yes. I understand, Jess, that he was your 80s crush.
Your
All right, anyways.
Your mouth is writing checks that your body can't cash.
Tombstone was an
Holiday?
overrated piece of shit. I'm just kidding. Divorce.
That's right. You don't
All
sass
right.
Kilmer.
Yeah, okay. Let's move on. So yeah, we agreed.
He was Batman.
I enjoyed him as Batman. Only Batman. I'm just kidding.
So
anyways,
back to Antman and Wasp.
Great
that movie needed more Kilmer.
Great movie, lots of fun. I'd go see it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, go check it out.
I mean, when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray of some kind, I'll probably end up picking it up or watching it,
we'll
or
add
waiting
it to,
until you guys buy it and watch it.
We'll just add it to our Movies Anywhere account. So, yeah. All right, enough about all the movies we've seen. Let's talk about the stuff that's started today. Let's talk about Comic-Con. San Diego Comic-Con started today, or yesterday with the preview night. Today
It
was the
started
first day.
today. Preview night's not a day.
AX is a preview night, too, and I thought the same thing.
I don't count it as a day.
Still bullshit, though.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, it's something you can go and do, but it's not part of the con.
Still bullshit.
Why?
No, preview nights are complete bullshit.
Whatever.
Anyways, random joke aside. So, day one started today. We were seeing a bunch of stuff coming out of Hall H, as you normally do. Starting off with BBC America's Doctor Who panel, featuring our brand new Doctor. I liked the trailer that they were showcasing. I was taken aback at the time, seeing that this iteration of the Doctor has 3 companions.
Yeah, like I remember we were talking about this earlier, and you're like, "Hold off, we can talk about this later." Having 3 companions does seem like a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. When it was like Rory and Amy, like that made sense because they were at least
It's a
a couple. So they were basically like one person, anyways.
Yes.
But I mean, like, it kind when it was 2 people, when it was say like Jack and Rose, that was cool. But like 3, it's like, all right, why?
Especially because.
Well, they also did that with Smith too.
Yeah.
In addition to Smith, remember there was a couple episodes where the fucking Arthur Weasley,
But see, here's
Rory's
the thing,
dad
though.
was there.
In multiple Doctors timelines, there's been times where they've traveled with 3 or more people. The problem is though with this is right out the gate. We haven't even really met this version of the Doctor yet. I want to actually meet Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. I want to get to know that character first before you start taking away her screen time a bit with the extra companions itself. With the previous years for Matt Smith and David Tennant, there are episodes where they had
Well, they're just
3
one person.
3 or more people. Here's the thing: is that those were only 2 or 3 episodes each at a time. They weren't continuous.
So is it confirmed that these 3 people are there for every episode?
They just said 3 new human companions.
That's what I'm saying, but they haven't like, oh yeah, they're gonna be in there for a little bit, then they're probably gonna fuck off.
They
and
haven't
probably travel with this
confirmed
premise.
really anything at
Just
this
that
point.
There's 3 companions, and here they are.
Yeah, there's 3 companions. There's a scene in the scenes in the trailer where all 3 of them are there with Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. I I have no doubt in my mind that Jodie Whittaker is going to do an amazing job as the Doctor. I have no doubts after watching not Torchwood.
Broadchurch?
Yeah, Broadchurch. Chris Chibnall did an amazing job with that. Jodie Whittaker was fantastic in that series. Seeing them take on Doctor Who, I'm looking forward to see where this is going to go.
We'll see. You know what the separate is? I actually, leading up to this, I actually looked up like what episodes Turnbull did, like wrote wise. He's already written like three episodes of Doctor Who.
Right.
And each one I was like, oh, those were kind of like my least favorites.
So you're thinking maybe that he's going to try.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That could be like what happens when you give someone a box and tell them stay within the lines. And he's like, well, this is what I came up with. As opposed to now where it's like, fucking you do you, kid.
So what you're worried about is another Rian Johnson.
Rian Johnson? I'm sorry. Ryan is R-Y-A-N.
Rian, doesn't matter.
Whatever.
The guy is an amazing writer and director. He did great stuff for The Last
anyhoozle.
Jedi. But anyways.
We had a truce, Jason.
That truce never sticks on that. But and moving forward with this, with Doctor Who, we finally saw not only obviously the Doctor as well as the new companions.
We saw our
but,
Sonic
yes,
for the first time.
which is a bit different from what we've had in previous iterations.
Out of the 4 people I know who have seen it and watched it, 2 of them, being my sister and my buddy Daniel,
Yep.
were both like, "Oh, she's carrying a dildo." Gotcha. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I believe they both actually used the word vibrator. I'm like,
Yes,
yeah, I can see
vibrator.
that. And
I mean-
Jason, you looked at it and went, "Oh, god damn it! It even has a little rotaty bit on the end." I'm like, oh.
Yes, it has a spinning, light up jewel or something like that. And it's slightly curved. When I first saw it, I went, oh, that's like the hilt to Count Dooku's lightsaber.
Dude, like I said, when I first saw it, it looked like a combination of Rick's portal gun from Rick and Morty and one of the original phasers from
Yes.
Star Trek, where it was just like the little TV
From
remote.
Next Generation, yeah.
That's what it looked like to me.
Uh-huh.
Especially because it looks like it even has like a rounded handle bit,
Yep.
and then it's just like a long stick. Like
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, we nitpick at this point, but
Well,
we're
'cause-
still going to enjoy
because that's all it is. It's
Yeah.
still, we're trying to process the information that we have.
We have a 40-second teaser and a screenshot. I mean, how much more
Well,
can we really
the trailer we got today was about a minute and a half.
It's 40 seconds.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, because I remember there was like the 40-second trailer or teaser we got at the World Cup.
Yeah, 41 second.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, because there was the companion one we got at the World Cup too.
Yeah, there was the companion one, yes. So we're getting these little bits and pieces here and there. We'll find out what happens with this. I'm looking forward to it. I know you are as well. We'll sit here and watch it, and we'll...
Oh, yeah. I'll probably be the guy who buys it on Google Play, and it's like, cool, when an episode comes out, I can watch it.
Yeah. I fail to see a problem with this. Moving on.
Oh, and also Doctor Who news. Don't forget, David Tennant came back and was the Doctor again for the Muppets.
For the Muppets, yes.
And Peter Davison as well.
Yes.
For the last 2, right?
Yes.
It was a 3-night show. Day 1 was Tennant, and the last 2 was Davidson.
Yeah.
I was bummed Smith didn't show up, but
Prime opportunity.
whatever.
But even so, having Davidson and Tennant up there...
If we would have had
reprising the roles-
Eccleston show up,
Oh my god.
that would have been a fantastic shit show. But no, like, it was cool to see Tennant come back.
Yes. It was fun. It was...
Some of it's on YouTube.
Look on YouTube. You can find it there. Moving on to some other news from Comic-Con. Star Wars: The Clone Wars was a heavily favored series by the fandom before Disney bought Lucasfilm. When Disney went through the process of paying $4.05 billion.
But wasn't the feature-length movie, wasn't that done by, like, Warner Brothers?
Feature was by the same company. It was by Lucasfilm, but it was released by Fox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which Disney now owns.
Which
too.
Disney now
Okay.
owns, yes. The movie was essentially the first 2 or 3 episodes just put on the big screen.
Was it, though?
Yes, it was. Because I remember seeing it, and then when it premiered on cable, I was like, I've seen this before.
Well, because the TV show came out first.
The movie for the Clone Wars came out first.
What am I thinking
to
of?
premiere to get everybody hyped for the series. And the series was beloved by plenty of people all over the world. Unfortunately, when Disney bought Lucasfilm, they were like, we need to make sure we have our say on everything. So this series, cut. And so it kind of ended without having any finality. So a lot of people were pissed off. the creator Dave Filoni basically turned around and said, okay, well, now I'm making Star Wars Rebels. And he said, I'm making this for 4 seasons. I know the storyline. I know where this is going to end, to make sure I'm never in this position again where I am not going to be able to finish my story and tell it to the world. But now they come around and say, you know what? Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Disney's going to revive it for at least one more season, so you can have closure about how this series ends. I'm so looking forward to this. Unsurprisingly, this is going to be exclusive on Disney's new streaming service next year. So, doesn't matter. Still going to pay for it. Still going to love it. Have you ever watched any of the Clone Wars at all?
The first 2 episodes.
That was it.
Thought it was fucking terrible.
Really?
Man, I just got promoted. Fuck off, droid.
That's the droids. Once you get past the
I don't
droids
get me wrong.
one,
I'm told that they knocked a lot of that shit off as this episode
yes, they
went on.
did. Yes.
But like the droid army, like being slapsticky and stupid, I'm like, I don't care for this. This is god awful.
It got better. It got a lot
Don't get me
better.
wrong. I watched one episode with my buddy Moses.
Uh-huh.
We both laughed and went, "This is fucking god awful." Then got hammered and then watched episode 2, and they debuted it back to back. He DVR'd it, so we straight up paused it. And we're like, we're gonna continue. We're not doing this sober.
Fair enough. Do you think you'll ever give it another chance, or
Maybe. It's not likely.
if they put the entire series up on the new Disney streaming
It
service,
was on Netflix for the longest
I'll
time.
binge it again. Yeah, it was on Netflix.
Still
I
might be.
think it was pulled. People can correct me online, whatnot, or you can just check it right now. But yeah, no word yet when this continuation will start. But I'm just glad it's actually out there.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I didn't care for it, but I'm glad, shit's happening.
Speaking of streaming services, let's talk about DC. So DC has talked about this here and there. It's been rumored for a while, but now they finally released full detail. It is on Netflix. Awesome.
Both the movie and the episodes.
Woo! Awesome.
Told you.
But yeah, so DC came out and announced DC Universe.
I have no life. I spend all my time on the streamings.
Fair enough. So what they're calling the Ultimate DC membership. This is going to be a streaming service to try to rival Netflix, but just for DC stuff.
And fail miserably.
So it's going to be your sole place for all the past DC films, or DC WB films as well. They're going to try to get a lot of the old DC animated movies, direct-to-DVD sequels, some of the CW stuff that they can get out there.
Don't you remember when they were first talking about this? They're like, our big selling point, we're going to give you first access to Batman the Animated Series in high def.
Yep.
Really? You're having to dig back into 1992?
When I can just as easily go out and buy it on Blu-ray later on this year?
Yeah, you can wait 3 months and just buy the entire series.
Which we're going to, so it doesn't matter. But they're going to have exclusive videos. We'll get to one of those in a moment, or exclusive series. And first run of any DC WB movie that comes out theatrically. The other thing is there's going to be access to a backlog of about 3,000 comic series, as well as a social media component.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I was like,
And not as like, here's tag yourself on Facebook or Twitter. It's going to be its own social network inside the app.
Yeah, because that worked when Comixology tried to pull that shit too.
Yeah, they
look how great Comixology actually went, and that shit was free. No, don't forget with the comic books. The one thing they're doing is like you can download and view them on a 4K television for some reason or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, you want to look at a comic book panel in high def? No.
Nope. I will say this.
Not everything needs to be in high def. Don't get me wrong. I love like the old school Disney movie, but anything beyond DVD, you don't really need. Because you know what happens? You can see all the tiny imperfections, and it's a little distracting.
Oh no! Case in point,
you can see random pencil marks and like Aristocats.
Last week, I actually enjoy when I can see the stuff like that. But last week, I was watching the first Jurassic Park movie because I bought a digital streaming version of it. I was like, okay, let's check this out. I remember these graphics used to be amazing. Then I watched it in high def and I went,
they still are.
Wow, they're still amazing, but I can see where all the cuts were made for everything.
You're trying to tell me you didn't enjoy Jeff Goldblum in HD?
Oh, I still enjoy Jeff Goldblum in HD, and apparently he's over the city of London. You see that thing?
Yeah.
The 25-foot inflatable statue of Jeff Goldblum shirtless. Oh, it's great. But anyways, going back to this hunk of crap. DC, where was this thing? DC Universe, yeah. So you'll be able to see it on all your mobile devices. You'll see it on your TVs. Do I really need to read a comic on my TV? Like you said, no. A few years ago, I did sign up for the Marvel Unlimited with their comic thing, and I read stuff on my iPad. That was fine with me. I don't see me sitting on a couch trying to read a comic by blowing up.
I think this was just nerds who got really excited. They're like, how can we sell this to money people? What if we told you 4K? But you used the buzzword. Use that thing that I like. Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be $8 a month, or about $75 a year. It comes out later on this year, I believe.
Is it a monthly thing? I thought it was like Amazon, where you just have the one thing and it comes out to about that much.
It's a month to month, or you can pay for a year in advance.
Okay, so it's both, but
yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming probably the year one's cheaper.
All they do, if you buy it a year, if you prepay for a year, you get 3 additional months for free. Pay for a year and get 15 months, kind of thing.
All right, Jason. I look forward to you not buying that, and I look forward to me not buying that.
I look forward to us not watching this exclusive new series coming.
Okay, so this is completely on there.
Yes, so
and it's solely on there.
It is solely on there.
And I say that because I remember when they first started talking about doing a grown-up Titans show.
Yes.
Sorry, Titan show. That's what's the
DC Titans.
When they first talked about doing Titans, it was like, oh, we're gonna have it on TBS or something like that.
Yep.
And then I know with this one they kept throwing out like Greg Berlanti's producing. And if you Google Titans or DC Titans, it shows up as CW.
Yes, it does.
But it's not going to be on the CW.
It looks like, in terms of its style and visual cues, it looks like one of the other DC CW films or series.
Really? I would have said it looks like a fan film.
The way it's lit and the way it's shot, it reminds me of like Arrow.
Some of it looks too dark.
Dark and gritty and dark and gritty. We're back to Bats v Soups. Especially because you have Robin in here. Where's
Fuck
Batman? Fuck Batman. Even Jeff Johns had to go out during the panel and explain why he said fuck Batman. He had such an emotional, rough childhood dealing with Bruce Wayne that he's dealing with his issues with it now on the streets of Gotham. What?
Well, he's supposed to be Dick Grayson, right?
Yes.
Even then, if these are on the streets of Gotham, why is Batman not stepping in and doing something at some point?
I have no idea. No idea. We also see a really bad CG of Beast Boy and...
No, Beast Boy I was fine with. Raven I was cool with. Starfire...
That's a thing? That's all you can say. That's a thing.
By the way, DC, go fuck yourselves. Because remember when they were caught filming and everyone saw Starfire and people were like, no. And people start doing that shit you make fun of. Not my Starfire. And people were actually doing that.
We can't complain too much because our second episode we did not my Joker. But that was for good reason though.
I was gonna say that was more done out of parody. Like we weren't really like hashtagging things.
Oh no, we weren't really hashtagging things, but it was just the thing at that point.
Because that was a legitimate thing. It's like, oh god, people are actually saying and doing this. But like I remember people were posting photos of like their favorite cosplayers that had done Starfire, and they're like, this is what we wanted. This is what we got. And they're like, no, don't badmouth it. You know, you can't talk because you haven't seen the finished product yet. It's like, okay, so you're telling me she's not going to be wearing some kind of weird purple leather dress thing and a red weave that looks like it was bought at a 99-cent store?
Yeah.
Well, the CG wasn't added. You just don't know. It's like, okay, cool. Then we'll wait until we see actual footage. And what did we get in the actual footage? The
exact same thing.
Goddamn thing. Except a little bit of CGI bukkake on it. Because it's like, oh, she's booting up star powers or whatever. Where she looked more like a Dragon Ball Z character charging up.
It really did. It really did. Yeah.
Okay, I cannot rant about that.
No. Drink while we talk about the next one.
It was shit.
Going on to movies now. We had a teaser trailer revealed a couple days ago for the upcoming Godzilla King of Monsters movie.
What do you mean? I don't have to... I mean, I'll probably drink when I see this movie, but I don't need to be like... It's not Bat v Soups. I don't need to be schmammered.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm going to be fucking yelling, encouraging things at the screen.
I'm gonna enjoy all this.
I've enjoyed every Godzilla movie I've seen.
Same here.
A lot of them are not good, but I've enjoyed every single one. Well, I didn't enjoy Godzilla, the American one, but
which is funny because
even that one has its own space.
Because especially in what was it, in Japan, Godzilla 2000.
Yep. He shows up for like
he comes
half
out
a
and
second and they
gets
just like
his
bitch
ass
slap him.
kicked.
He basically shows up, Japanese Godzilla looks at him and just goes, oh, bunt. And then he just fucks off.
It was great. But in this one, they're already teasing on their ARG, I guess you want to call it, or just their website, that they confirmed that Mothra is making a return on here.
Yep.
They're going to tease...
But they've already mentioned Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Is it Ghidorah or Ghidra?
Ghidorah.
Okay.
Ghidorah, then King Ghidorah, then you have Mothra, then you have...
Well, no. Like, I know, like, a name, like, more of the monsters.
Right.
Jess can attest, one of my favorite games on GameCube was Godzilla Destroy All Monsters.
I loved that game.
That game was, like, the best Godzilla game ever. But that's neither here nor there.
I was always a dick if got Mecha Godzilla. Chest cannon.
You could still get away from that, as long as you knew how to sidestep.
Most people I play with did not know how to.
Bumpers.
They didn't know. They didn't understand. I use that to my advantage.
So anyhoozle. No, because I've seen videos and stuff where I've seen people pronounce it Ghidra and Ghidorah. I've always pronounced it Ghidorah.
Yeah, it's Ghidorah, yeah.
But being that you're more of a weeb than I am, I know
Yeah,
you're better equipped at the pronunciations.
But yes.
Like I even heard one asshole called it Mothra. Like no, it's Mothra, like moth, like the thing.
Yeah.
But rah.
How do you... I'm not gonna...
Again, I think they just tried to throw a little extra mustard on it because they knew it was foreign, and they realized like no, you don't have to at all.
Yeah. So.
But don't you sass the Godzilla, the king of the monsters.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. You have Mothra,
Yeah.
you have King Ghidorah, you have Rodan.
You know what this movie's
I
missing?
don't think we're gonna get Gamera though.
You know what this movie's missing?
Oh.
Godzuki.
You want the little kid?
No.
The little baby?
Well, no, because the Godzuki was technically the animated series where it
Yes,
was like
it
a weird
was.
dragon thingy that
And
was stupid.
somehow
that flew.
yeah, and for some reason, a couple episodes, he started water skiing.
Yeah, no sense. But the baby Godzilla, were like, because that was on Godzilla Monster Island.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, like, baby Godzilla was like, what's up, Godzilla? My mom or dad or whatever the hell it's supposed to be. Fuck you, kid. And he, like, hits him. And it's
Yeah.
like, what, Godzilla, you are a terrible parent. Oh, my God. You were Goku before Goku was a thing. You were just a shit parent.
Ah, good times. We'll find out. We'll find out more about this. Their panel is in Hall H on Saturday.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure they'll have a new trailer coming out for that, so we'll see it that.
Well, I mean, it's not going to have Bryan Cranston in it. But then again, neither did the first one. So, whatever.
God, that was the biggest tease ever, wasn't it?
Dude, that pissed me off more than anything. Because the parts he was in was the best part of that movie. And that was all of, like, 20 minutes of a 2-hour movie. Well, no, that was... Oh, fuck, am I blanking on his name? The guy who actually says that.
Ken Watanabe.
Yeah, Ken Watanabe. He's supposed to be in this one, too.
Yes.
I think he's, like, the only returning character.
One of the only returning characters, because he's part of Monarch. Which
Look,
they teased in Kong Skull Island and
yeah,
blah, blah, blah,
well, because
blah.
apparently from what I've heard, they're going to tease more of Kong in this one. Like, it's going to be a tease. Like, you won't see, but you might hear mentions of Monster or Skull Island or
And
something
eventually
like
we'll have King Kong versus Godzilla.
that. Yeah, from what I've heard, that's supposed to be the next one.
Next big one. I'm fine with this. I enjoyed all of these.
Do you
these
think,
monster
if they
films,
do
these
the
kaiju
same
films.
thing, where he tries to, like, stab him in the throat with, like, a carrot, or not a carrot, a tree, but it looks like a stick of broccoli?
A stick of broccoli.
Or do you think Godzilla's gonna do that thing where he, like, jumps up, tucks his tail between his legs, and, like, jetpacks backwards? Oh, God, it was so good.
Oh,
When are we gonna get Jet Jaga on the big screen?
don't
Jet
know.
Jaga, Jet Jaga. Something, 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 something.
I mean,
Gojira, punch, punch, punch.
Oh my God.
What, are you
Holy
learning
shit.
that I actually know this?
Yes. Holy shit.
Just
that-
like any alien movie, Jason.
I mean,
you'll hear the
give it
phrase,
the
you're not alone.
Given the fact you have all of this coming out, and at AX, Sunrise confirmed that they were partnering with Legendary Pictures to make a live-action Gundam movie. I was like, oh my God, it's finally happened.
If it's good, though.
But no, we've gotten to this point of we had comic book movies.
But is it going to be an original story? Or are they going to, like, you know what?
No idea.
We're just going to do a shot-for-shot remake of Endless Waltz. Because, again, I'd be down for that.
We get this waltz. Oh my God.
I mean, I'd be down for that, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
We have no idea what the story is, if they're going to be doing an original, if they're going to...
Okay, so it's literally, it's like, we're doing this.
We don't know. We don't have any information which one it is. It could be the simple 008 MS Gundam, or
So basically, they were just like, we wore sweatpants and just showed you the outline of our dick. We're not showing you anything good yet.
Pretty
But
much.
just a taste.
Yeah, just a taste.
The tastiest of morsels. That's disgusting. I'm sorry.
Let's move on from there. Side note, Sci-Fi had a small panel where they were revealing the trailer for their next series. They wanted to have something to replace The Expanse, which they lost because they couldn't afford it anymore, and now they got sent over to Amazon. So now we have Night Flyers, and the reason why people are hyping this up is because it's based on a novella from George R.R. Martin way back in the day.
Yeah.
I could give you a synopsis of it, but basically everything I see looks like it's less so of an original idea and more so Event Horizon.
There you go.
If you ever seen that film itself, this is basically a long-form version of that.
I have not.
So, where the ship seems to be alive and it wants to make sure that you're not coming back. Because Earth is basically about to explode.
Wasn't that the point of 2001?
2001, Interstellar, Event Horizon.
Well, Interstellar, the ship didn't try to kill them. It was just...
No, but the whole
Matthew
plot of
McConaughey being a
we
shit dad.
need to leave Earth kind of thing. We need to find
okay.
another home kind of thing. So
Treasure Planet. Or not Treasure Planet, Titan A, that was the one. That was the shit one.
I actually like Titan.
You also like fucking The Last Jedi. So, I mean, this show, Night Flyers, I'll probably check it out. I mean, I've enjoyed Game of Thrones enough. And I mean, if you know anything about George R.R. Martin, homeboy's a giant fucking nerd.
Yes.
Like, I think you've seen, like, someone pulled up, like, an old comic book from the 70s where he wrote in a question.
Yep. There's some diehard fans out there who will find all of that.
Yeah. I mean, that's not really that hard. I'm sure he's probably mentioned, like, oh, I used to do this, this, and that. And someone probably went, huh.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's going to be a ton of stuff at E3, Comic-Con. For the rest of this weekend, we'll talk more about it next episode.
Well, yeah, because by the time we record the next one, obviously, we'll have more news from Comic-Con as opposed to just shit we heard today.
Yeah. So I did want to bring up real quick all the...
That we're missing the Demolition Man Taco Bell experience.
Yes, that and so many other things. As always, every year, there's always a ton of stuff to do outside of Comic-Con that really doesn't need need to have a badge, because let's face it, those things sell out so quick and they're ridiculously expensive sometimes.
Yeah.
So you can go out there, and if you can bear the crowds and the traffic,
I've done that twice.
There's still plenty of stuff you can do.
Not even that. You can take the train.
Yeah, a lot
like
of people
from
take
where
the
we
train
are, you can take the train, fuck off for a day, and then come back.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that with a friend of mine, Joy.
Yep.
We went to a really cool burlesque show.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff out there. There is actually another burlesque show.
Yeah, but who's doing that one?
Suicide Girls.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, let's forget that.
I'm edgy and slutty. I'm not slutty, it's art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me that again with that sweet butterfly tattoo on your tits.
I don't know. I mean, there's things like, South Park always has a huge thing. Adult Swim usually has a huge thing that they build themselves.
Bitches make
Places like
tattoos.
Hulu and Sci-Fi, they love to put stuff
They're
up
the worst.
in there. Yes, I agree.
I'm just saying, I get the whole point of tattoos. Have it be something meaningful. Like, literally,
Never gonna be meaningful.
No, like, Becca, she has a tattoo of her nieces.
Yes.
Kaylin and Kenzie.
Yes.
Like, she has tiny little tattoos of them.
Right.
That's important to her. Like, she's
Okay.
one of those aunts that's always around. Like, that makes sense.
Okay.
Those bitches have, like, here's a fucking dandelion that's being blown out. Why? Because you just don't understand. No, you're not dark. You're dumb.
You only get it if you went to EDC.
I've been to EDC. I could say I've been there, so I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Fucking don't like Suicide Girls. Like,
Sorry.
they're not all evil. I'm sure some of them
No.
are lovely, but the few that I've met, like one of them literally gave my buddy Craig the stink eye, because he's like, oh, so you have a calendar? Like, what are you doing? Oh, it's like $30. Like, he's like, no, I don't have money. I wasn't gonna buy. I was just curious, like, if there was like a charity or something. Oh, and she just walked away.
Yeah.
And it's like, bitch. It's not like he was being rude to you. He was trying to find out more information. Chances are, if you weren't that big of a cunt, he probably would have turned around and bought one.
Yeah. They don't care. They want to be oogled at, and they want to make sure that they are the center of everyone's attention.
No, they want to be ogled at, but they don't want to actually be ogled at. They're the worst.
Cosplay is not consent, Jordan.
I get that.
God, I remember when that bullshit became a thing, but well that's not.
Well, I mean, it's much like it's like feminism.
Yes.
It's not BS because it started from a good place, but unfortunately,
what it has grown into.
it grew into something else, or certain people tried to claim it as something, and it morphed into something ugly.
Yeah. Anyways.
But
Let me just wrap it up. Okay, so that was everything so far for Comic-Con. We'll see a lot more later on down the road. But let's wrap things up with some quick hits that we normally do. Starting off with, let's talk about some more Batman stuff. Joaquin Phoenix is confirmed to play Joker in the upcoming Joker Origin
all
movie.
right. He's not doing that I'm not here anymore thing, so we're good. We'll see how it turns out.
Did we really need an origin film?
To get rid of Jared Leto, yeah.
But see, that's the thing, though. It's already rumored that he's going to be a part of this, too.
That's fine.
Do we really...
If it means we get to see Leto... Because remember, there's that rumor that Leto, or Leto, whatever, is the Jason Todd, or he's one of the Robins that got his ass kicked by the Joker and turned into that. So I'm just saying, if it's possible there's a scene we get to watch Joaquin Phoenix beat the shit out of Jared Leto...
Okay, that'll be worth the price of admission.
I'll be the first one to be like, oh... Dolby Digital, you take my $30. I'm going to watch this in the highest, sweetest of definitions.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Plus, isn't it, like, being produced by, like, Martin Scorsese, or is that, like, one of the earlier offshoots of it?
That's the earlier
Because I remember
thing.
Todd Phillips, which I thought was a weird choice, was directing?
You want to know who's directing this?
Yeah.
Todd Phillips.
No, that's what I'm saying. He was, like, directing, but I mean, it's a weird choice considering he's used doing, like...
The Hangover films.
Or Old School.
The Hangover films.
But you know what I mean? Like, to have him do this, that's interesting. But I mean, Walk the Line, that was a good movie.
I enjoyed Walk the Line, yes.
The bits that I saw of her,
I don't have
good.
a problem with Joaquin Phoenix. I have a problem with this movie actually being made.
Like, you never know. Some of the worst ideas have turned out pretty good.
And some of the best ideas have turned out horrible.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Yes, HBO has announced that they ordered a science fiction series from Joss Whedon.
I love you, Joss Whedon, but you fucked up Avengers 2.
Oh, we didn't. But anyways, we'll wait. We won't go on that one next. Anyways, you're pissed.
Because it was a shit movie, and you've even agreed to it before.
I still enjoyed it.
That movie had a lot of faults.
Every movie has faults.
That movie had a lot of faults.
Okay, how long have we been doing this? How long have we known each other? I am the optimist. You are the...
Fuck you, Good Times.
Anyway, so the series from HBO is going to be called The Nevers. It's about a group of Victorian women with unusual abilities.
Of course he's writing a story about a strong, independent woman, or female women.
Of course, it's his M.O.
I mean, I get it. We've all seen that one clip where he's like, someone asked him, it's like, why do you keep writing, why do you keep writing about strong, independent women? Because people keep asking me that question.
Yeah?
It's like, all right, cool, respect. What the fuck happened with Black Widow in Avengers 2?
Yeah, that's the part he's going to have his ultimate regret is going to be that. We'll have to see what happens.
I'm just saying, if he didn't fuck it up that hard, they could have not made Red Sparrow and could have made the Black Widow movie we all wanted.
Yeah.
Because that movie was essentially Black Widow.
Yes, it was. Could have been good, but that's neither here nor there at this point.
We got Jennifer Lawrence, not Black Widow.
Yes, very much so. I know. It's horrible.
Eddie Hoozle.
Nickelodeon is in the news recently because they announced they are going to binge on nostalgia harder than we ever thought they were going to. They already announced things like they're going to bring back...
Double Dare?
Yep, Double Dare's on its way back. Rocko's Modern Life. Invader Zim is getting a movie.
What?
I'm looking forward to that one.
Johan Vasquez that desperate?
Apparently.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm not judging.
But now...
It's not Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Shit.
But now Nickelodeon has ordered the return of the Rugrats cartoon series more than a decade after it went off the air. But not only
Do
that...
we need those wounds opened up again, though?
We really don't.
No. I don't mean that, like, Rugrats was a bad show. But that show went really dark at times.
It really did.
Like, someone brought up the other day, it's like, oh, don't you remember that clip where Tommy was explaining, like, why he's tinier than the average person? Mm-hmm. No? Yeah, no, there was a whole episode where he remembers being prematurely born and his mom having to look at him through a box. The fuck?
Yeah.
And then I immediately Googled and pulled up the thing. I'm like, I used to watch this when I was a kid.
And it just went right over your head. You didn't get it.
Yeah, there's the obvious stuff where, like, Grandpa was renting porn and shit like that. Space Vixens 9 or whatever the hell it was.
God,
but
that was great. But yeah, so we're going to get a return of a series here. But not only that,
They can make more Doctor Who references.
Yes, they can. Like the whole scene in the Toy Story, you see all the Reptars and you see all the TARDISes.
No, docs.
Oh, it was the
It was
docs. Yes,
docs.
that's right. But yes, Nickelodeon also has ordered a live-action Rugrats movie. Well, let me rephrase that. It's one of those mix of live-action CGI things, so I don't know, are the Rugrats kids going to be CG and we're going to have random people be the...
Netflix, remember when you fucked up Reboot? Why do you feel the need to keep going?
Oh, because it's Nickelodeon.
Oh, it's Nickelodeon?
Yeah,
Sorry, I thought you said Netflix.
No.
But either way, like, didn't they learn, like, how well did Reboot do? Yeah, you actually tried watching it.
Never got that far.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I never even got that far. I just saw everything with the trailers and went, no.
I saw it pop up as something you would be interested in, and immediately went, no. I'd rather, like, scroll. I'd rather spend my 2 hours scrolling on Netflix thinking of things I could watch than to actually watch this.
Then actually watch that, yeah.
And what does that say? I got so bored this past weekend, Jason, I sat and watched all 49 episodes of Season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I would rather watch 49 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Than give the live-action reboot
I have no
try.
I have no problem with that. Everyone has to have it once in a while, have to believe in the heart of the cards. But this is something now that's coming up from Netflix that I believe both of us will actually want to watch. This is called The Dragon Prince, and the reason people want to check it out is because it's done by the creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is their new series, and Netflix said, "Here's money, make us something."
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, they're kind of hurting after House of Cards went tits up.
So this is going to be a full series. It's an animated series about two human princes who forge an unlikely bond with the
Is it
elfin
just me,
assassin
or does
who's
the
sent to
art
kill him.
style slightly remind you of Wind Waker?
It really does.
Like weird CG cell shaded.
Yes.
Like even some of the shit's like, oh, that's a Hyrulean dragon. I'd be like, I could see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wanted to make sure I wasn't alone.
You're
in
not
that.
the only one who's thought about that.
Oh,
But
you'd be like, here's all the 30 Twitter comments or shit where people said the same goddamn thing.
this looks be good. And plus, we don't have to wait too long for this because this starts this fall.
Well, dude, I feel bad. I still never watched The Legend of Korra.
Really?
No.
It was fantastic.
Like the original Avatar, like I think I binged the entire show in like a weekend.
Right.
It was like season 1, 30 episodes. Cool, I finished it in 2 days. What's next? That was back when I had server time to waste on shit.
Not so much anymore.
I mean, I still could. It just takes more out of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm down to see what this is.
Yep. So we'll see what happens with this. It comes out like again fall 2018, only on Netflix. That's gonna be it for this episode. We've gone through a
It was a lengthy enough thing.
little lengthy. It's about an hour about that point.
What we normally do.
But we talked about some movies. We talked about Comic-Con. We geeked out
Literally,
and raged on a few things.
Cartoons. Went on a Godzilla tangent for some reason and sang because whatever. I just realized Jet Jaga wasn't even in Destroy All Monsters, was he?
No, he wasn't.
Missed opportunity.
Did you ever see the Gamera films?
I think I saw one of them. Like Brian and I, like we used to watch those all the time. Like even if we knew they were bad, like it's like let's watch this.
Oh no, they're so bad they're good sometimes.
That scares me. A friend of mine, she's convinced that I need to watch the movie Showgirls.
What?
This is the same one that made me watch The Room.
Okay, but the difference is, okay, I've seen both movies. The Room, there's
It's
something
laughable funny.
Yeah, there's something about it. You're like,
Heart. It's
yeah.
literally. It's people keep saying that, but that's the only thing I think
That's
of.
all
Like,
you think
comparing
of,
it to.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, shit has heart.
Showgirls had none
'Cause
of that.
She was just like, no, this movie's fucking terrible, but I need you to watch it.
But there's nothing redeeming about that film.
I've never seen it.
Oh God!
I know Jesse Spano's in it, and that's about it.
All you need to know about this movie is Jesse Spano's tits, and that's about it.
Sold. Wait, does she cry sing how she's so excited?
No.
Because she took too many caffeine pills?
No.
Does she not get addicted to caffeine pills? She's so excited. I just can't. Like she's like fighting with her fists like this the entire time. She'd make a great boxer. She keeps her guard up.
Holy.
So anyways, I sang twice. It's time to wrap this.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll have the full wrap-up of Comic-Con next episode, as well as whatever shenanigans happen from then on. So for Geeks and Drinks, I'm Jason.
Good.
Cheers, Internet.